Have you ever wondered why you spend hours upon hours watching makeup videos and tutorials, yet whenever you get to it, you just don't get it right? Then there may be something which you are doing or some things which you are omitting to do. Watch this video to see the do's and don'ts of eyebrow and eyeshadow application. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, kindly hit the subscribe button. So I'm going to use this side of my face for the do's and this side of my face for the don'ts. Now onto the brows. The first thing you should do before doing your brows, you have to brush them up. Now the second mistake you may be making when doing your brows is by not using a sharp brow pencil. So I'm going to use a sharp brow pencil on this side to trace out my brows. And when tracing out my brows, I make sure that I follow my natural line. I don't go too far away from my natural line. So I'm going to trace from up. And when tracing your brows, you have to make sure that the beginning starts exactly at the bridge of your nose. Here. You shouldn't go further or backward. And using this measurement, this should tell you exactly where your brow should end. You shouldn't go further. Now I'm going to trace the upper part of my brow. And when tracing the upper part of my brow, I don't start right from here. I make sure that I start somewhere around here to give it a natural look. When filling in my brows, I go in with hairline strokes. So I'm just going to go in with the hairline strokes to show you exactly how I do it. This is to give it a natural look. You have to be very careful when filling in the front part of the brows, else it's going to give a very square and funny look. So you're supposed to go in with less product. If you're using a brow pencil like I'm using now, you should do it very lightly. Now on to the next step, I'm going to go in again with my spoolie to just blend in the product. At this point, my brows are ready for concealing. Now I'm going to do the other side of the brows, doing exactly the opposite of what I did this way. Now onto this side, I'm going to use a brow pencil which is not sharp first to show you how funny it looks. Instead of using strokes, I'm going to fill it in the other way. When concealing your brows, always make sure you use a lighter color at your brow bone and a darker shade from the beginning of the brows. This is to highlight the brow bone and also make blending easier. So I'm going to conceal my brows. Darker shade at the beginning, and I'm also going to use the darker shade at the top of my brows. I'm going to use this fluffy brush to blend out the concealer. Now I'm done with blending, and there's a little trick I usually use to make my brow hairs at the beginning look really natural. So what I do is I go in again with my concealer brush. I take a little bit of my foundation and I just do hair-like strokes at the beginning part. Now I'm done with this side and I'm going to do the direct opposite on the other side. I've used that lighter shade from the beginning and I'm going to use it again at the top part. This is just to show you the mistakes you'll be making when doing your brows. Notice that since I didn't blend this side properly like this side, the concealer is just literally sitting there. So as you can see, this side I did it the wrong way and this side was done the right way, so you can clearly see the difference. Now I'm going to move on to eyeshadow application. Before applying your eyeshadow, you first have to use your concealer to create a base. The secret of eyeshadow is proper blending. If you don't blend your base well, the eyeshadow is not going to sit straight. With eyeshadow application, there are two secrets involved. First, you have to create a very smooth base for your eyeshadow to sit on, and secondly, blending is the secret. For the purpose of today, I'm going to use this Huda Beauty mini palette to create just a one color eyeshadow look. Firstly, I'm going to use this dense eyeshadow brush and apply the color first on my eyelids. I'm just going to press this blue color on top of my eyelids. I'm not doing that in sweeping motions. I'm pressing on the eyeshadow because I want to give it more pigment. After applying that color, I'm going to go in with a little bit of that same shade to blend it out. And I'm using a fluffy blending brush for that purpose. So when blending, I go in circular motions very lightly all around the areas. You have to be very patient when applying your eyeshadow. If not, you are going to create a whole mess. The secret of eyeshadow is blending. You have to blend and blend and blend. Make sure there are no harsh lines, there are no obvious transitions. As you can see, it's properly blended, there are no harsh lines. So this is how you should blend your eyeshadows. Now next, I'm going to go in again with that same blue shade to just create more effect. I'm going to just apply that same shade on my waterline. Next, I'm going to go in with my mascara to darken my eyelids and prepare it to apply my lashes. I'm going to go in with some highlight at the tip of my tear duct to just beautify the look. And I'm going to highlight my brow bone also very lightly to just give some more effects. That's it for this side. I'm going to move on to the next side and I'm going to do the direct opposite of what I did here. I'm just going to apply that directly on top of my eyes. Can you already clearly see the difference? Can you see how much pigmented this is as opposed to this? There's a huge difference. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching and see you all in my next video.